Alright, just a note. Some of the footage that I shot earlier was corrupted. I don't know why, but I've gone through two different computers and sort of migrated all the footage that way. Anyway, lost some of it, so you'll see two different puppets, but they're both sort of edited in a linear fashion. So here we go. Now what we're going to do is grab the foam head that you've just made, and you can either cram it through the mouth or through the bottom. I prefer the mouth, but then you run the risk of ripping the actual mouth when you're putting it in, so be very gentle if you're going to do it that way. And basically, like I said, you're just going to cram it in and make sure that it's in the head. You're not going to worry where it is positioned wise yet. And you're just going to grab the fabric and put it over the mouth. Now, a lot of people sew the the mouth fabric onto the fur before they put the mouth plate in. But I used to do that, but I don't like doing it this way. That way, this way is a little bit easier, I find, and you get a cleaner look. So what I'm going to do is sort of prep the puppet, and what I do is, if it's fur, I'll use a dog brush or a cat brush and basically brush the fur back away from the actual mouth plate, and making sure that the fur is not sort of underneath, curled up into the head, that sort of thing. And I'm just gonna start to position where the edges of the mouth match and the tops as well. And once you find those and clean it up a bit, what you're going to do is make sure that the seam on the top of the head on the inside matches the middle mark of your mouth. This is really important because you want to align these perfectly, and you're going to pin it. Your friends, the pins. Then you're going to open the mouth up a bit and find the corner where they meet. Make sure they're matched up perfectly. No hair underneath, and you're going to pin that. Simple enough so far. And push it right down in. Then you're going to do the same on the other corner of the mouth. Now you can do, it doesn't need to be in any necessarily any pattern like I'm doing. It could be the bottom first and then the top, but usually I try to get the four main parts of the mouth to meet. And I can try it on. Just make sure when you try it on that your fingers aren't going into the needles that you just put in. And it seems like it's a good fit. I recommend doing that just so that you know that it is a perfect fit and it's not misaligned in any way. Now the cool thing is I've gone around and put pins all throughout the outside of the mouth, and then it's just as simple as getting your glue gun and going around where you pinned it. And what I like to do is put a little bead of glue in the back first, and you really can't see it from this angle, but you'll see it in a different angle. And you're just going to put a small little bead and then press the fur down. Now you don't want to put tons and tons of hot glue in there, because what will happen is you'll go to press the fabric down, and it'll gush out onto the mouth plate. And the other important parts are the corners of the mouth. You'll want to make sure that they're right down and that they're snug and glued down properly. See how it lifted there? You want to put a little bit more in there. And like I said, you want to take your time. You don't want to have any distractions. Don't have people coming in and out while you're doing this. It's really important that you get a good adhesion around the mouth, because that's the part that's going to be used the most. And then once it's dry, give it a couple minutes for all the hot glue to set, and then you're going to take out the pins. Now use the round-headed pins just because they're easier to find, especially in fur, and you won't put the puppet on and find your fingers getting caught by pins. Then after that, basically I go around the puppet mouth again and just pour a little bit of glue at a time. Just do a little bit of touch-ups for parts that are lifting up, that haven't been quite glued properly, or that the glue hasn't set properly. And you're just gonna, like I said, just go real slow. You're not in any rush. If you rush on this, you're gonna have glue all on your mouth plate, and it's gonna look terrible. Now, if you do get glue on your mouth plate, all you have to do is get a red Sharpie, if it's a red fabric or whatever color fabric is in your mouth. It was red or black, and just do touch-ups, and they'll be masked by the Sharpie. Sometimes you go around. And I also like to get scissors as well, small little scissors, and clean up the edges sometimes if there is an edge to be cleaned. And yeah, there you go. Basically, it's done faster than I think if you were to sew the actual mouth onto the fabric. Oh, there's parts here that I still need to pull out using a needle, or use my dog brush, but I'll do that later. So yeah, there he is. He's all done, and what we're going to do now is start working on the arms and features and everything else with the puppet. So give me an email at tom@thecreatureworks.ca if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.